What's up, guys? This is Webby back again for an interesting podcast for you. This edition, we're going to be going over and discussing one of the main events that we're going to see at the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. This coming Friday, we're going to see a stacked show. We're going to see a casket match between Rusev Day and The Undertaker. We're going to see Triple H and John Cena. We're going to see Tag Team Championships on the line. Did the Leader of Worlds become the Raw Tag Team Champions? Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos. 50 men in a Royal Rumble matchup. First time ever. All that plus so much more we're going to see this coming Friday afternoon or this Friday night if you have to work this afternoon on Friday. Now, one match we are going to see is the one they'll probably stick in the main event besides the 50-man Royal Rumble, and that is the Beast, the Conqueror, Brock Lesnar, going into the Broctagon cage, the steel cage, versus the Roman Empire, Roman Reigns, for the Universal Championship. This match, this contest, has been building and building and building and building and building and building. They had their match at WrestleMania 34. They had their match at WrestleMania 31. It's been coming again. And so now we all have to sit here and wonder and ask ourselves and discuss, should Roman Reigns take the championship away from Brock Lesnar? Because we all know that Vincent Kennedy McMahon will more than likely have in his mind come Friday or Thursday, whenever they have that last meeting to decide who wins and who loses, he'll have in his mind Roman Reigns will beat Brock Lesnar inside that steel cage because it'll make him look good. Not so sure about that. And two, because we're not in New Orleans. Those fans in New Orleans would have given him a horrible response, and that's why he lost. Saudi Arabia will give him a better response. Therefore, he will get the championship. But, am I predicting that? No, which you would see on my preview predictions of the greatest Royal Rumble of all time. And this is good enough to actually deep into and discuss. So, should Roman Reigns really beat Brock Lesnar? Is he good enough to beat Brock Lesnar? Should he be the one to slay the Beast again for the Universal Championship? Or should Brock Lesnar hold the title some more and keep it off TV? Let's dive into this. Because even though they've had their match at WrestleMania 34 and WrestleMania 31, this really goes before that. This really goes before that. When the Roman Reigns push began. Really started when the Shield first came on TV. Roman Reigns, every promo was the last one to get the last word. Roman Reigns was the one to get that last camera shot. Always. Seth Rollins kind of looked like he was going to be the leader at some points. Dean Ambrose looked pretty cool, but Roman Reigns, WWE always pushed. This is not a rant. This is not. For those of you that think I'm ranting right now. Roman Reigns, once they killed the Shield, once they had Seth Rollins join the Authority and absolutely destroy Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose with a steel chair, from there, the push went whoo down. It went sky high and it went down our throat about Roman Reigns. Look who he systematically, with the WWE machine behind him and not the fans, went over. Bray Wyatt, the entire Wyatt family, Daniel Bryan, Vince McMahon, Rusev, the entire League of Nations, Triple H, The Undertaker. It could have been Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 31 if the fans at the Royal Rumble 2015 wouldn't have pretty much taken over that entire show at the Royal Rumble match when Roman Reigns won. The Rock couldn't even save him then. There was no hope for Roman Reigns. He has went through everybody. Everyone. Beat Randy Orton. Everyone on the roster you can think of. They've been laid to waste. They have fallen at the feet of the Roman Empire. Now, when you look at Brock Lesnar, what can you say about the Beast? You know, everybody says he's on this amazing, winning, huge, undefeated streak. Hasn't been beaten in the last two plus years. Blah, blah, blah. Hasn't been beaten since Survivor Series of 16. Well, you know what I have to say about that? Zippity doo dah. Because if they have Roman Reigns go over and beat him at the greatest Royal Rumble of all time, the only thing that's going to come in the back of my mind is he has been beaten. Let's be honest here. Brock Lesnar was beaten on his first matchup back in the WWE back in 2012 by John Cena. Brock Lesnar was beaten in 2013 by Triple H. Brock Lesnar was beaten by The Undertaker SummerSlam 2015. Brock Lesnar has been beaten since he's been back in the WWE. Now, it hasn't been that many times, but I don't care. It's going to be... Brock Lesnar was beaten by Goldberg in 2016. Now, me saying that does not take away from the fact that Brock Lesnar is this awesome guy. Does not take away from the fact that Brock Lesnar is, without a doubt, the most legit character WWE has in their hands, which is why most of the people like to see him. Just not everybody with the championship. With that being said, when you look at everybody that Roman Reigns has plowed through since the Shield broke up, and you look at the reactions that he continues to get, which is boos after boos after boos after boos, to the point that this past Monday, people are talking about the fact that WWE could have planted fans in the crowd to make it look like there was fans actually just cheering, chanting in attendance for Roman Reigns. How ridiculous is that? Now, when you have a character, when you have an individual that is getting that kind of a response, that you have to do something like that to try to get him over, which, if he wins the title in Saudi Arabia, as soon as he comes back to the United States, forget it. Forget it. You honestly think that's going to help him in the United States? No, it's not. Roman Reigns winning the Universal Championship in Saudi Arabia is not going to help him at all in the United States. Fans will still resent him. As a matter of fact, what would be better? And this is going to make a lot of you salty. And I don't care. I really don't. What would be better is for Brock Lesnar to hold on to the championship, which is what I'm predicting he will do this Friday. He will defeat Roman Reigns this Friday at Saudi Arabia and break CM Punk's championship reign. He'll do it. He will break CM Punk's WWE championship reign. Now, some of you are probably going to say, oh, but Webby, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. It was the WWE Championship that CM Punk held, and Brock Lesnar holds the Universal Championship. Let's be honest here. This is WWE we are talking about. When you look at titles, do they really go by which title it is? John Cena, they say, is a 16-time World Heavyweight Champion. Some of those championships are WWE and the World Heavyweight Championship. Both of them combined equal 16 championships. They will look at it as a major championship being held for over 400 plus days, 430 something plus days. That is how WWE will look at it. Roman Reigns needs to lose this Friday in Saudi Arabia. Brock Lesnar holds it until his contract is up, which I think is in SummerSlam. Drop it to somebody that can actually hold the championship with some type of dignity and make the fans happy. I don't care if it's Braun Strowman, Samoa Joe, whoever. And they go from there. And maybe once the title is on TV more and you have a credible champion, maybe if Roman Reigns gets the title from that person, people will be able to live with it better. But having him beat Brock Lesnar is just saying, here, he's being shoved down our throat even more. Because he's already gotten the pat on the back by beating Triple H, by eating alive Vince McMahon, by picking the bones of The Undertaker, and by facing Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania, whether he won or lost. That's what I think is going to happen at Saudi Arabia. This is the discussion of this matchup in the Brock the Gone cage that we're going to see this Friday afternoon. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till I see you again. Catch you on the other side.